So, welcome back to another episode of Orb Movements of the Earth. So, in the previous episode, it was probably my favorite episode of the season or of the series so far. It was one of the best episodes of anime, honestly. Definitely one of the episodes of the year as well. It was just an absolutely incredibly written episode about Noak and about Anthony isolating Noak and basically breaking him fully. And then Noak having this internal dilemma, internal monologue about, like, was he the bad guy? What are his beliefs and why did he do the things that he did? Is it right that he did the things that he did if it means that his daughter ends up getting killed because of it? And then at the end, in a most, like, such a sad way, he said, you know, if heliocentrism isn't against your will, God, then please send accept Yolinta up to heaven. It was just such an incredibly written scene with Noak finally embracing the thing that he's been basically against this entire time and saying, you know what, I am fine with basically throwing away all of my life's work if it means that my daughter could at least achieve peace post-death, right? What an incredible episode. Just absolute cinema. So let's see where this is gonna go, because we ended the previous episode. So that's really, we ended on a really interesting note, because obviously we jumped forward a few years in time. To, I believe it was like 1468 or something like that. And the interesting thing is, they called this place where they were Kingdom of Poland. Back during episode 1, it wasn't called Kingdom of Poland, it was called Kingdom of P. Now, what does that mean? Does that just mean, I don't know, I guess it's a different kingdom, but I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know what the difference means, but there is a difference there, so that's interesting, because I did go back and check out the episode 1, and it wasn't just a translation thing, it actually said P Kingdom. Meanwhile, here it said P, like Poland, right? So it's interesting. There is a distinction between the two. So I guess we'll see what's gonna happen with all of those things. We saw some new characters. I'm guessing they're gonna be the new, not even main characters, but like just the new carriers of the story, if you will. So let's see what's gonna happen with that. So if you wanna watch this, Uncut Rambler, as always, down in the description on my Patreon. And let's go into Orb Movements of the Earth, episode 24. Sorry about that.
さっきお前の数値に合わせてパンを焼くと言ったが、実は嘘だ。本当はお前が出した数より少しだけ品質の高いものを作ってる。細やかな配合、ふるいのかけ方で味は変わる。
Ooh, that's a line.
当局にバレねえように値段よりいいものを出そうとしてる。なんでそんな危険を冒してるかわかるか？
Higher the risk, the better the reward. Oh.
もちろん食ってもらうのも。だがな、お前はそうじゃないだろう。生活さえできれば十分満足。そりゃ最低のものだ。俺にじゃなく自分についてる嘘だからだ。
True.
昔、お前の父親に聞いた。
Your father.
どっかのいつかの賢人のソクラテスだかアリストなんちゃらだかが言ってたらしい。すべての門にはアレテがある。
アレテ。
自分の得意なこと、自分にしかできないこと。
Okay. Everyone has, like, yeah, potential.
椅子のアレテは座られること。その賢人たち曰く、人間のアレテは考えることだってな。
Okay.
それにのっとりゃ、俺のアレテはパンを焼くことだ。じゃあお前のは？
So I guess it's more so like purpose or
アリス
meaning.
トなんちゃらはこうも考えたらしいな。人は自分の特性を生かしてる時が一番幸福だと。
A calling, if you will.
神様が与えてくださった使命だ。自分が自分でいられる場所だ。だから隠すな。若いうちくらい浸れ。誰も文句はねえよ。でも、いや、今のはちょっと違うな。結構文句あるかもしれねえが。
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
進め。 とは任せる。
I am so curious to see how this is gonna wrap into everything. Because you guys did say that this might get a bit weirder from here on out, which I'm excited about. Ah. Constellations. Whoa! Whoa! Wait, what was that? Let me go back, actually. Because that feels... I want to see who that... If we know that person. I don't think we do, but just in case. I don't want to miss anything. We... Okay, we don't. I don't think so, at least. So he has also some kind of fear, just like Otzi did. New opening? With a new character! Albert. Talmazin? Wait, sorry, let me go back. I was thinking about the title. What did he say? Talmazin. This bread to the church at this address. Okay. New priest, okay. Here we go. That's a nice looking church. What's it called again? What's this thing called again? There's a name for it. I can't remember it from the top of my head. In English. Shimp-sama. Oh, it's just a confessional. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was like a weirder name. Sacrament of Penance. Okay. Oh, is this like a new thing? Oh, is this like how confessionals were first spread? It did. It still is to this day. What? There's something off about this priest. Oh, be careful. Ah, okay. I thought he's gonna be talking about the stars.
ることが何よりの慰めになる。
Be careful. Be careful what you say here. I know confessional is supposed to be like very confidential, but
しゃあ、暇だし。
uh-oh. Oh no, I have a bad feeling about this.
ではまずご出身は？遠くの村です。おお、どちらで？ブルゼボというと
Bruzo.
ころです。
Okay.
なるほど。僕はそこで自由農民の息子として生まれ
Oh,
ま
let's
した。
hear the backstory. Okay.
母は僕が幼い頃死んだ。
Okay.
以来、父の男手一つで育ちました。その幼少期に何かが？父は学ぶのを重んじる人でした。
Okay.
父から何度も言われたことがある。今でもそらんじられる。息子よ、私たちは苦しい生活を強いられてる。しかし、この世にはもっと苦しんでる人が大勢いる。
Mm.
我々農民に勉強など不必要だと言われるだろう。しかしそれは違う。一人一人が賢くなり協力すれば、きっといつか誰も苦しまずみんなが豊かに暮らせる日が来る。そのために学ぶのだと。そんな態度を珍しがった村の偉い方に父は運よく気に入られてた。普通じゃ触れられないような本も読ませてもらってて、もらえる文献は分野問わず持って帰ってきてた。あの時の父はそれが全ての元凶になるなんて想像もしてなかった。
Yeah, I can imagine. Knowing too much in that time was not a good thing.
その影響で僕
For the higher ups, at least.
を学んでた。それからアストロラーベまで家にあって、毎晩観測記録まがいのことをしてた。
Here we go.
天体観測が好きだったのですか？ええ、昔は。あの頃は取りつかれたように夜空を見てた。飽きずにバカみたいに毎晩眺めてた。理由は説明できないけど、何か心が動く気がした。父さん、驚くべき発見をしました。なんだ？北に、真上にずっと動かない星があるんです。
Ah, the North Star?
そうか。それは北極星という
Polaris.
星だ。北極星。では息子よ、その発見は何の役に立つ？
Telling direction, especially like for sailors and stuff.
だから方角を知る
Yep,
とき、
navigation, that's the
非常に
word.
役立つ空の地図になる。
Mm-hmm.
このように発見は何かの役に立って初めて意味がある。そうでなければ無駄だ。
I disagree, heavily
常にそれを
disagree.
心がけるといい。
That goes against towards everything, or like against everything that science, I feel like, stands for. I feel like science is usually you discover something, and oftentimes whenever you discover something, that becomes usable way later down the line when they figure out, you know, maybe like a new breakthrough that you never thought it would be relevant. So things like, you know, when they were researching stuff about space exploration and stuff like that, that's when they figured out stuff like Bluetooth. They figured out, I can't remember all the things, but there were a bunch of things that didn't seem related to anything outside of that sphere of thinking, you know, but then got, you know, very, very useful later down the line. And there are many things like that, right? I can't think of anything on the top of my head because I'm put on the spot here, but there are many things in science that you discover first and you're like, okay, this is something that I discovered, that I calculated, and it works like this, and then you put it on the back burner, and then in 10, 20, 100 years someone makes a new discovery and they're like, wait, but I need something to link it all together. They go back, they check out that discovery, and they're like, oh, this is insane. This is actually gonna aid directly in propelling this one new discovery that's gonna probably change the world as we know it, right? So I feel like no new discovery is wasted, right?
よく見つけたぞ、息子よ。よくやった。
You don't research something just for it to be
お前は
useful.
学ぶのは好きか？
Or at least not in the moment.
はい、父さん。
何が知りたい？
何って全部です。夜空を見るたびに驚くんです。なんで空に星がついてるのか、なんで夜だけ現れるのか、いくつあるのか、どこにあるのか、いつからあるのか、いつまであるのか、そもそも星って何なのか、山ほど知りたいです。
He does not like
な
that.
ぜ知りたい？
それはわかりません。でも心で感じるんです。知りたいって。
自分の欲望ということかな。
Yeah, his own curiosity, and that's fine.
息子よ。
I guess back then it was
こ
different,
の
so
先
yeah.
何かを学ぶとき、知りたいと感じたとき、これだけは覚えていてくれ。疑うのだ。
That's true. That is true. Always doubt everything. Yes, that's true. I agree with that.
動機も方法も。探求心は歯止めが効かなくなる。世界を決定的に変えてしまう、取り返しのつかない怪物を作り出してしまうかもしれない。だからゆっくり疑って、人の役に立たない道なら止まるべきだ。
You know, as much as okay, I'm gonna pause again. I know I'm pausing a lot. As much as I said, like, went on a rant earlier about it, I do think since this is the 1500s and obviously the censorship and the control over knowledge was way stricter, it does make sense that you would want to limit what someone learns. And as a parent, and you would be like, you know what? If you're gonna learn something that's like dangerous, like this in this time, then at least make sure that you can use it in some way and you can justify it. You know what? Considering the time period. I actually can see that a bit more now that I thought about it.
それでも学びたいと願うなら、お前に特別に家庭教師をつけよう。
A tutor.
本当ですか？
ああ、これは誰にでも与えられるものじゃない。しっかり神に感謝しなさい。そうして僕は出会ったんです。
Who?
先生に。
Who?
アルベルト、こちらが以前話した
No?
お前の家庭教師をして
Wait,
く
what?
ださるラファウ先生だ。
What? What do you mean? What? What?
ち
What?
惜しいね。ちょっと難しかったかな。
So you're telling me he didn't die there? He somehow got away?
じゃあ一旦休憩しようか。
Or
はい。そういえば部屋にアストロラーベがあったけど、星を見るのかい？はい。一応毎日記録をつけてます。
what the fuck?
それはいい。先生も星を見るの好きですか？いや、好きとかじゃない。愛してる。
Oh, that's wow.
僕は生まれが少々特殊でね。
Wait.
親がいなかったんだ。幸運にも学者さんに拾ってもらえて裕福な生活を送れたけど、寂しくなかったといえば嘘になる。そんな自分を夜空は救ってくれたんだ。というのもね、ある時眺めてたらふと気づいたんだ。僕たちの住んでる世界の外が存在することに。僕たちは一人じゃない。その感覚にワクワクした。そしてそれらは全て同じ空にある。つまりみんなきっと一つの大きな。
He's also way too young here to be the same Rafal.
何かによってつながってる。
Rafal should be like 60 or something here. Or like 70.
でも僕はそんな大きな目標はなくて、というか僕のつけてる記録は何の目的もなくて、人を助けるわけじゃないし、信仰の役にも立たない。だから無意味なんです。
意味。では、なんで毎日記録を？
いや、それがわからなくて、ただ知りたくて。でもそんな自分勝手な気持ちじゃダメというか。
I'm making theories in my head, by the way. That's why I'm quiet.
いて座を見てごらん。
My brain is just like firing so many theories right now.
星座を知らないで記録を取ってたのか。子供ながらの胆力だな。じゃあ、指を折ってくれ。
Sagittarius.
あそこが弓、ここが胴で、最後はここに足の線を引くと。どうだい？弓を持つケンタウロスに見えなくもないか？
That's what the current consensus is.
見えないか。確かに無理やりだよね。
すいません。
でも、形は覚えやすくなったろ？無秩序な情報に線を引く。すると、今まで見えてなかったものが見えてくる。
I can see the Sagittarius or the Centaur with a bow. Kinda.
こんなことが起こせるなんて、僕らの理性はどうなってるんだろうね。遠い昔、ギリシャで星座と神話が結びついた。
Of course. Everything was associated with
様々な
myths.
逸話があるけど、いて座はケンタウロス族の賢者。
Kiron!
ケイローンと
Kiron! My goat! I love Kiron.
探求者だ。どんな苦難にも折れず、普遍的な真理に情熱的に迫ろうとする。君もその気持ちがわからないかい？夜空を見ると感じるだろう。タウマゼインを。
Thomasin.
タウマゼイン。
Yeah, please explain.
ああ、それは古代の哲学者曰く、知的探求の原始にある脅威。簡単に言い換えると、この世の美し
So
さ
that's
に痺れる
Thomasin?
肉体のこと。
That feeling, that awe.
そしてその美しさに近づきたいと願う精神のこと。つまり、と感じること。神がこの世界を作り、人はそれを知りたいと願った。これ以上に尊い欲望を僕は知らない。この成功のためだったら、どんなことも厭わない。たとえそれが命だったとしても。平気で投げる。君は
Wow.
自分のやってることが何の役に立つかわからない。そして自分がただ漠然と知りたいと思ってることが無意味だともダメだとも言った。それに対して僕は今から極めて不適切な発言をするけど、知の探求が人や社会の役に立たなければいけないなんて発想はクソだ。
Yes, yes, thank you.
知りたいからやる。
Yes,
それだけだよ。
I agree, 100%.
そしてね、アルベルト君、これだけは覚えていてくれ。真理の探求において最も重要なことだ。信じろ。
That's the exact opposite.
この世の美しさを。僕は何があろうと君の好奇心を否定しない。話しすぎたね。
Okay,
さあ、次の勉強。
so I feel like there's obviously a big juxtaposition between what his dad was telling him and what Rafal is telling him. And I'm gonna talk more about my theories on Rafal at the end of the episode, but I feel like, so what his dad said is doubt, right? Doubt in your curiosity, doubt in stuff. And the reason why I said that I agree with the dad is because I think you should doubt the results. You should, when you're researching something, you should always doubt the result, right? And you should double check it, triple check it, quadruple check it, and check every single nook and cranny with the presumption that it could be and that it probably is wrong. And just when you need to basically, you start with the presumption, okay, this is wrong. This result is going to be wrong. So let me try and figure out the way that this is going to be wrong, right? Let me try and figure out how could this be wrong and try to disprove this claim in every way, shape, or form. And only when you realize, okay, I cannot disprove it, that's when it becomes a statement that you can believe in. But I feel like what they're saying more so, what the dad and Rafal are saying, is not about the results, but it's about the actual curiosity and about believing in yourself, right? It's more so saying, the dad was more so saying, doubt if you should even start this kind of curiosity, this kind of train of thought, whereas Rafal is saying, believe in your curiosity and always believe in your gut feeling and go for it, right? It's not about the result. They're not talking about the results, they're talking about the initial push, right? Which I do agree with Rafa on, but I do think that you should always doubt the results, as like when you're doing like science and research like this.
次は台数だったかな。
Mm.
星座って他にもあるんですか？一体いくつ？
Countless.
どんな種類か。もしよかったら今度教えてもらえませんか？
ああ、もちろん。驚いた。いや、ずいぶん上達してきたね。目覚ましいよ。旧石法までお手の物じゃないか。
どうも。
何かきっかけが？
いや、なんというか、先生の話を聞いて、数の操り方を知れば宇宙の神秘にまで迫れると知って、そう考えたらがぜんやる気が出てきたというか。
素晴らしい。
素晴らしい。
明日ちょっとした集まりがあるんだ。同じ志を持った者が集う。会の信条は真理の自由な探求だ。そこでは分野を問わずさまざまな議論や意見交換が行われる。大声では言えないような危険な思考実験も提案できる。とても刺激的な場だよ。どうかな？君はとても若いけど資質は十分に見える。会に参加してみないかい？
いいんですか？ぜひ行きたいです。
そうか。嬉しいよ。じゃあお父様にも伝えておこう。楽しみにしててくれ。
はい。ここは。
What? No, that's not Yolinta. That's not Yolinta. For a second there, I was like, is that Yolinta? Wow, Aether. They're talking about all of those things. I have so many things I want to talk about. What an episode. That's it? That's it. Okay, I have theories. So obviously, I feel like the main theory that I want to address is obviously the most basic one would be Rafal somehow got away, right? And he somehow survived and stuff like that. But that would, I feel like the main plot hole with that would be, okay, sure, like, let's say he did manage to get away and that's not even a plot hole at all. I feel like the main plot hole with that would be when episode 1 started, it said it's early 1400s. Now, I don't know if we have the exact date of when the first episode was happening. Maybe you can like triangulate it through like all of the events and all of the timelines. But I'm pretty sure that happened early 1400s. And Rafal at that point was already like 12. So I would say he was born around the year 1400. Right? Close to that year. Based on that. 1400 to maybe 1410. Which means that here at this point he would be at the very least somewhere between 50 and 70 years old if he were still alive. So that can't be the same Rafal. And unless he's like, I don't know, a vampire, he looks like 25 here. So yeah, I don't think that's what happened. So my theory for why Rafal is there is this is not actually Rafal. This is the idea that this is basically someone who is a stand-in for the idea that Rafal created and perpetrated, right? This is someone who is encapsulating the entire idea of Rafal, and they're just using Rafal as like a stand-in because well, this person right here is basically just continuing the exact work that Rafal was doing, right? And this person here is basically, yeah, his successor, if you will, in a sense. And they're just using Rafal because we know him. And like to show us that it is basically just the personification of Rafal's idea that he started, right? And I think that makes more sense. So he is basically just, he's not Rafal, he's a random person that we probably don't know that is just following the exact goal and path that Rafal was taking until he got killed, right? And I think that's who this Rafal is. Oh wait, actually, this was young. Okay, I made a mistake because this here was young. I forgot his name. But this was young him, so it was on 1460 something. It's probably like around 14. Wait, actually, then maybe. Oh yeah, that's my mistake. This is a flashback, so it's not happening in 1460 something. This is actually happening around 1450, if I were to assume. 1450, 1445, somewhere around there, which means there is a possibility that this is the actual Rafal. It's a bit of a stretch, everything would need to align, but there is a possibility that he is like 35 or 40 here, which I could believe. Then it could be the real Rafal, actually. Yeah, that makes sense. That would make sense. But I still think that this is someone who is more so the personification of Rafal's idea and stuff like that. That would make more sense to me. And the show is just obviously creatively showing us this by using Rafal's image and Rafal's persona. But I could be wrong, and it could be just as simple as, well, the reason the way that I think that maybe Rafal could have escaped is we know that it was, Noak. Noak was basically the one who, at least according to Anthony, that was the only one who was really punishing the heretics in the way that he did and stuff like that. Meaning that maybe Noak, you know, when he left the place where Rafal was burning, maybe he, you know, maybe someone else was like, you know what, this is a bit extreme. Noak is not here. Let me let him go. Maybe, but I don't know. I feel like it is more so just a idea of Rafal than actually Rafal himself. I could be wrong. I could be looking way too deeply into this, but I like that explanation, you know? I like it. Also, I really love the way that the things that they were talking about. Obviously, I get the dad, where he was coming from. He was trying to protect his kid, right? He was like, you should always make sure that there is a purpose behind the thing that you are researching, because if you have a purpose behind it and there's an actual application of it, then at least there's a reason to put your life at risk. But if not, then why are you risking your life for this, right? If it were like today's world, then no, there obviously doesn't need to be any kind of purpose behind it. You can just do it because of your own curiosity. But in this kind of world, I get it. So yeah, and also obviously I talked about the entire doubt and belief thing. So really good episode, and it's time to wrap up this series in the next one. So I'm honestly really sad that we're wrapping it up already. It was such a fantastic, and it's been getting better and better with every single episode. I feel like this is obviously one of those episodes that kind of calmed down a bit compared to the previous ones, because we are starting up a new timeline, if you will. So it makes sense that it's not as insane as the previous two were, but it's still really good, really weird, but I really like it. So let's see how they're gonna wrap up this series next week. So I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.